everyone. So got a bit of a setup improvement for my desks. I got a separate little monitor that I'm going to use to plug into servers and other little nooks that I have, which will also give me an ability to have a little monitor screen here, so I'm not always showing OBS and how it's running. Oh, again, forgot to turn off notifications, but here we go. Turn those off. That's good. And now, yeah, I got some more coding done yesterday. So I fixed up a few things that I noticed. I had some routing issues with this example. So let me just fetch those. I just did that on the couch on my small Dell XPS 13 that I use, also running Kubuntu. So those changes should come from there. And here we can merge those. Origin main, make sure it's fast forward only, because I don't think I pushed anything else from here. Yeah, that's good. So just to some of the things that happened here where the actual URLs were in the wrong place. So I think on the create space, we had the action was actually the confirm, all the confirmation stuff. Yeah, so created space confirmation. So this this button here, the continue button, was actually going straight to the topic suggestion. So we had a bit of a workflow issue here. So yeah, but that's all fixed now. And as a bonus today, we're going to have Eurydice hopefully join us. We'll check on Discord to see if he's around. And if he is, we're going to do the same thing in Elixir. But I'm sure he'll see that. Oh, there he is. So yeah, I'll give him a call. But just to awesome. Let's see if we can get a call. Start a video call. Hopefully we have everything
Hello.
working with the connection. Oh, hey, there's the man. I can't hear him.
Can you hear me? I definitely this
The
time.
desktop audio is coming through. So yeah, I think everyone can hear you, but I can't. So I gotta fix my audio here. I got
Let me make sure that
headphones. There we go. Yep. Yeah, gotcha. But I want to see if it actually. Yeah, I can hear you. But the desktop audio is not working. Hold on a second. I don't want. Okay, so I need my headset. I need that. That's bizarre. Why is it? Okay. The internal mic. I have all the microphones off except the main one, which is good. I can hear you, but yeah. Oh no, I can hear you. I just have to get the proper source for OBS. I just have it on the wrong. Yeah. Okay. Put on some music so I can hear something from you. Yeah, figure this out. So yeah, good to see Eurydice. Let's pop out this. So I don't need to have camera and get Eurydice out here. I'll keep above others. There we go. And now we can remove our conversation. Yeah, and let's see why I can't get his audio. Properties, device default. I don't know. Built-in analog stereo. Well, I have that stuff here, so let's see. I always forget how this goes in terms of what you can hear from different things. WebRTC. That's a voice engine, so okay, we'll wait for Yurtis to be back to see if this works. Analog duplex. Oh, okay. Play all audio via this device. The headphones. Okay. While we're waiting for Yurtis, let's just run this just to show you how far we got. So this should work again. Oh yeah, let's not forget to announce that we're doing the open spaces stuff in Berlin. So hopefully we'll see everyone there. That's me and Alexander putting on the open spaces and the workshop. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Meanwhile, let's see if this works. Move Yurtis here. Move Yurtis here. Let's go back to our regular URL. Okay, so that default works here. That's something else we could do. Again, our application will walk through the event model for it. But yeah, we can set the space, the times that we're doing this for. Oh, this is odd. May 6667. Yeah, so it's correct. And then we can do the topic, facilitation talk, and you can say EM and legacy. Okay, I don't think the desktop, you're not on desktop audio yet. So, no, I can hear you. I just don't have OBS able to somehow listen to you. So I can show you. Yeah. So let me see if that's gonna be changeable here. Properties, which device? Let's see if that works. Desktop audio is from that. Yeah, I don't know why that's. It was fine the other day. It worked totally well. Advanced audio properties. No, it's not. Nothing's been not working. So it's just I've been fiddling with the sources, and I screwed it up. It's not Linux. It's literally the same. Oh, of course, yes, of course. Yeah, let me see if why is my okay? Close that. I bet it's something here. HDMI port? No, can't be that. Headset. Log. Headset. Okay. Why is yeah? It might actually be OBS that's causing issues. Properties.
Let me see. Share the settings. Maybe I'm capable to help. I'm not sure if I could, but
oh, I got you. I had you.
yeah,
It was
well,
showing. Now, what was it? That was... No. That didn't work. Huh. So, I don't have a monitor for my own voice because it's a bit delayed. I hate that. You can still hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting. That actually went through to that, but I can't hear you now. So that's very strange. I think I just need to do the monitoring on here. Advanced properties. Desktop output. Monitor off. Oh, it is? No, can't be. Can you hear me again?
Yep.
Okay. So you can hear me, but I can't hear you still. I can see that. Let's see. Oh, I think I know what to do. Headset. Play all audio via this device. Okay, try now. Yeah, I can hear you, but this damn thing can't hear you again. Just try default. Can you still hear me, or did I change it again?
Hello?
Oh yeah, now we fixed it. I just had to leave it at default. Why was I screwing around with that? All right, good to go. So anyway, this little thing here, I figured we'd do the same event model, but do it in Elixir, just so people can see, and you can teach me how to set it up, so we can get going quickly.
Yeah,
Which would be
should I add
fun.
it to the same repo maybe in the directory?
Certainly could, yeah, because then we could look at the same event store, and we could play with stuff like having, you know, an Nginx routing to reroute to different engines. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
So
interesting. Yeah, I
we could
like that.
have you know, some of the pages handled by Elixir and some of the pages handled by Node.js. That's one of the dreams, right, of doing this. I think I'll keep you here on the side. I think that looks good. Okay.
Yeah,
Because then I
yeah, I
can
like that
look
idea.
at all that. That means I still will need to have a new IDE for it, I think. Or can I just do it in the same IDE? I think I can do it in the same IDE, right?
You could do it in VS Code if you want to.
Like the same VS Code instance. So I could have like an Elixir directory in here and it should
Right.
work, right? Yeah, because we can do, you know, set up a directory for Elixir on Linux. Install Elixir. Ooh. Yes, let's install Elixir. Is that all you have to do? Elixir? Really? Okay.
Uh,
Is it hallucinating?
mm, is that for Ubuntu?
Yeah.
All right. This is where I need to.
We have AI that'll help us.
Wait, right there in the terminal as well. All right, for
Yeah, why
Debian,
not? Why not?
Ubuntu
Debian would
Debian.
work probably. It would be just anything apt, right? It should be fine.
Yeah. So if you add the RabbitMQ Erlang, yeah, go to. Okay, so here's a good test for the Elixir community. The official docs should help you though.
Well, I'm seeing if AI this thing Google stuff, right? So it'll
Yeah.
look
Oh, it
on
is
the
doing
web.
apt install Elixir, Erlang
Yeah.
Dev, and Erlang Xmar.
Right. So now I can just do make their Elixir. Oops. Elixir. Okay. CD Elixir. I can do a little hello world just to make sure it's running, right? And then there's like this mix thing. Oh, weird. New and dot. Huh. It's successfully created. What kind of stuff did it shove in here? Oh, just this thing. Okay, ls everything. Okay, it's got a lib mix. This look familiar to you?
Yeah. So, but instead of doing it like a normal project, let's do the Phoenix one. So it's already come with
A Phoenix one. What's a Phoenix one? I don't understand what that
So
means.
Phoenix is a web server. We don't have to do it. Do you want to get there eventually? We could do it.
No, we can do. This is for web. Okay, I need a web server like Node. See what it says.
Do we? We can make everything to work in the unit test and then do that one, but whatever.
Oh, I don't want a unit test first. People hate unit tests these days, right? What am I doing?
No, me. I love unit tests. What do you mean?
I know. I'm just kidding. I like unit tests too. Let's put you here, and then, oops, put me here. I think my noggin's too big. Let's make me a little bit smaller. So I'm kind of the same size as you. And then I'll move you. So I got this little side monitor now so that I can plug it into servers and nooks that I have like sitting in different places because I don't want to drag a whole monitor over. So I got this portable little monitor that just goes over USB-C. You can plug your phone into it and all sorts of things. And it seems to get power from USB-C if you got a good enough source. So then, yeah, just a small little keyboard and mouse thing, and then you can kind of go into a server room or a closet or wherever you keep your servers and administer them if you need, which is neat. So I'm using that as a monitor here. That's why I'm looking down, because I'm looking at the layout. Fun.
Oh, all right. So clicking the link I share with you.
You shared a link on what?
In Discord.
Oh, Discord. Which one? The second one?
Yeah, the Elixir, the Phoenix one. So Mix is basically is like Cargo, right? It's a developer tool that you will use for dealing with compiling Elixir, releasing, testing, and whatnot, right?
I don't want any of this other stuff though, like Postgres. I want just the local file system, kind of duplicating what we're doing in Node. You know what I mean? Is that good?
Yeah. You could do no ecto, and then like we don't have to use Postgres. You know, that's just part of the generator. But before we get there, at the top says that there is a command called mix local hex. Yeah, run that one.
Okay, what is that?
The one that says hex. Okay, so hex is our npm package manager. So that is just allowing you to pull packages from Hex, right? So it's just Mix is about Elixir, Hex is about package manager.
Local hex. Yeah. What does local hex mean?
Okay, perfect. So everything in Elixir.
Is that like package.json or something?
Okay, do mix help and then the name of the command after, and then that's the best way we should deal with thing.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
So,
okay, this is all new to me. So it's not really. Is it like npm, sort of?
Yeah, hex is npm, but
not mix. Mix is like what?
Mix is cargo.
Oh, okay.
Hex is like is a package manager. It's like npm, but no, it's not like npm itself because npm is a dev tool, the runner, and all the stuff.
Okay. So I need to do mix and then
mix local.hex.
Local.hex. Okay, so
all that's gonna do is put it into the mix.
There's a dot mix that it does. Okay, so it kind of is global to all my projects.
Right, precisely. Yeah. So under mix archive or whatever, that's just a binary that's gonna install. So now we could do mix hex stuff like that, mix hex dep and stuff and so on.
Okay, hold on here. Just rearranging my desk. I need room for. Oh, I need room for my tea. Okay, so why did this suggest mix deps instead deps get?
That's for download dependencies.
Okay, so how
Right.
come this didn't suggest anything? So this has
Because yep.
I'm just trying to see what the AI told us to do because I said I need a web server like Node, and it says equivalent to install Phoenix. So it says archive install hex Phoenix new. Does that look
Right.
familiar? Is that right or wrong? 'Cause we did something else here.
No, that is correct. You see hex archive install.
Yeah. But what do we
Right.
do this local.hex? This guy didn't say to do local.hex. What does local hex do?
Like I said, do mix help local hex.
Okay.
And then it would give you the documentation. So install hex locally.
Okay. Installs hex locally. Okay. Oh, so it's got this other stuff. If installing pre-compiled hex does not work, you can compile and install. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So you can like build your own stuff too, instead of getting like pre-compiled binaries, right? Okay,
Right.
I'll keep trucking on.
Yeah. So yeah, precisely. So the archive install is a way to basically install binaries if you want to see it that way from the package from hex.
So now I need to create a new project, right? Which I
well,
could do
install
locally, right?
You need Phoenix mix.
Oh, I need to fix. Okay, so this mix stuff I need more, right? Because what did I do? I have
Right.
mix.
So
I have
all
mix
we're
local
doing
hex, and now I need a mix of
archive
Phoenix,
install.
right?
So read. Okay. So
Hey, it tab completes. This is cool.
Yeah. The best we could do, hear me out here. In Elixir, the culture is that documentation must be up to date and is treated as important as code.
Okay.
So the best we could do is to go to the official docs and then follow it how it's there.
Oh, I
and
see.
then we just copy
So
paste,
you don't
right?
want
Because
me to. You don't want me to do AI.
no. For the primary reason is because it's good for somebody like you to go through the documentation, and if it's broken because you don't know what to do when you get in stock, the culture in general is to say, hey, the documentation needs to be improved.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Obviously, there is a level of expertise expected.
Yeah.
But we're trying to be as inclusive of experiences as possible.
Okay. So
So
now
if you read it through, it will help us.
So I know Phoenix is like a web server.
Mm-hmm.
Elixir is like Node, and Erlang is like JavaScript. Is that
Erlang is the JVM, and Elixir is Kotlin.
Kotlin. Okay. So Elixir is the language. Erlang is the runtime. And then Phoenix is the
web server.
The web server. Okay, cool. Really neat.
One of them. We could use more.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's yeah. I figured there would be more.
Yeah, it's the most popular one. Yeah. So as you can see there, hey, now that you have Elixir installed, then let's actually install the mix new. And the new is just a simple binary that is a generator behind it. It's a one who knows how to scaffold the Phoenix.
So hold on. This is mix. Do we need to do this?
Go to the docs.
This is the docs.
You see, right. Once you have, exactly. You need all that.
Okay, so we did this. Now we see if we have Elixir, right? We just want to double check that we have Elixir.
Yeah, you should have it, right?
Well, I guess we do. Okay, good. So that worked. All that installation stuff worked. So that's what I did here. And I can do this.
Right.
Okay. I'm trying to run Phoenix Elixir, but it has declared only Elixir 1.4. Oh, interesting. I wonder if this guy
You have an old version though. Interesting. How do you install Elixir?
this apt install, right?
Right, but it says here, hear me out here because I don't know anything related to Debian. Like,
Oh, here it
you
is.
need,
For
you,
instance,
you need, yeah, you need to add the repo in Debian and Ubuntu.
oh, I got all this. What's this ASDF? That's kind of weird. Update Elixir.
Yeah, well, we use a lot of ASDF to manage multiple dependencies. So go to click in the link that I shared
Here's
with
another
you.
one. You might add a repository that has the latest version, use a precompiled version. I think I'll get this.
Yeah, they recommend RabbitMQ packages, Debian thing.
There must be a PPA of this, of Elixir, right?
I cannot help you much when it comes to
Elixir. Well, it's just sources, right, of code. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So,
right.
So here it probably has Debian. This is what it is. Yeah, RabbitMQ. Okay, yeah. So we missed this because that's an updated package source that's more current. So Linux usually has outdated packages because they don't think you're going to be doing anything. Like it's just for running. So most of the time, like if you want like the latest version of Blender or something, if you install the default one, it'll give you like, oh, that's really stable. It got released last year or whatever. But if you want like the latest features, you always have to go like, okay, there's someone looking after a source of this stuff, and like this, that's why this exists here. So that's actually good because it'll update the way I installed it. It'll just update the source, and then the dependencies and everything will make sense because it'll update the versions. So it's actually a good idea to do this and not to switch the type of installation, like uninstall how I installed it and then go to something else. That would not be good. Right, I'm just going to zoom in here so other people can read. So yeah, so we want the official source list for my install of Linux nodes. So we can just paste that here. And then it'll prompt me to add it. It'll run the update automatically. I don't know why it always says update on these things like apt update, but it actually did this. Like you can see that it's looking at all my sources lists and it's updating everything. So, right. And if I do an update, like it said, that does the same thing. And then if I do an upgrade, it should actually do it. So if I do this apt list upgradable, it should show me that it's going to have Elixir in here. Right? I didn't run but yeah, see?
There Elixir, and you need Erlang def as well, right? Like you need multiple packages.
It'll probably have that in here. Erlang, all this stuff probably means Erlang base. It might be part of that. I don't know. Or runtime tools might be in there. These are package names, right? So whatever you're talking about is probably inside one of these things, right? So all we need to do is just do an upgrade because we now have a better source of all the packages. It'll go through all of them, regardless if it's Erlang or any of its dependencies. It'll go through all of it and just update all those things, including my LibreOffice, anything else. So see, there you go, Erlang. Done.
Yeah, we're really trying to put a lot of emphasis when it comes to official documentation. So every time I teach somebody like the entire Elixir, I just go through the official docs and go with them and like, okay,
so
this
Elixir
is what it meant
Lang org, though, we were looking at something else. We were looking at Hex docs. But here we're looking at Elixir
Hex is the package manager, right? Yeah, right. Hex is the package manager, and it's also like the npm like a hosting as well, right? Like it's a default repo that we use. Yeah. So that's where you can find packages and information about the packages, then load from there, and Hex docs is also the hosted version of the documentation.
Now that it downloaded the actual packages, it's now installing them. So making all the links to the proper files. So if any of these things you want to run from scratch, you like if it's already running, you have to stop it and run it again. It'll get the new binary. Same with if any of the dependencies have been loaded like that, unless they're dynamically loaded. But anyway, LibreOffice upgrade snuck in there, so but it's nice just to have an up-to-date system. So, good. That wasn't painful at all. So let's just see if, now we have, see, better version. So if we go to this, right, was this the one that failed?
Yeah, because it was too old of a version.
Okay, so now it should work. Right, so great. Yep. So now it's got Phoenix new. Okay, so this thing added Phoenix now, right? So I don't need to worry about this anymore. To generate new. So Phoenix generates applications. So this is the one that gives you the
scaffold.
The scaffolding, right? So you can run the application.
So do mix help Phoenix new Phoenix. Every time I say Phoenix, is PHX. Yeah. So if you use that one, it would help. It would display the list of information on how to use a command. And honestly, I never remember it and use it. And I normally have the habit of running it because I may want to disable a few things.
Phoenix. Oh, there it is. See? Okay. Mix help.
No,
oops! I added the other stuff. I don't know why that got in there. There we go. Okay, so let me just, since we're reading it. Well, that's kind of nice.
Right.
It's pretty good.
Right. Yes. So there you could enable and disable flags. And, like I said, the documentation should definitely, be able to teach you to some extent, what you're doing.
Oh, so you can specify a database. So we don't have to specify a database. That's cool. Right? If we leave this out, it should, or if I leave it out, it's going to do a default database.
I think
do you have to say no database? Do you have to select no database?
Right. So if you go down there, you see here, there are some opt-in
no
stuff.
Live. Okay.
So
no
Ecto,
no Tailwind.
Yeah.
I don't want anything like Tailwind because we're just doing do not generate HTML views. Oh, what view engine does it use?
Phoenix have its own built-in templating engine that is really similar to Rails or Ruby ERB.
Oh, okay. So it's not like Mustache or Handlebars.
No. It have its own built-in stuff. I think that there are some packages for that, but
okay.
Yeah, you could use Mustache with the Elixir.
Nice.
I remember that. Which one are you using right now?
I'm using Handlebars, which is a Mustache interpreter for Node or something like that. So it's the same syntax, but apparently to make Mustache work with Node, you use this Handlebars thing, which is a proper manager for it. I forget exactly what the documentation is, but yeah, it's essentially Mustache for Node. It's just called Handlebars to give it a different name, like Handlebar Mustache, like you're a biker or something. Anyway, so we didn't. I didn't see no database. So where is no database?
It's no Ecto. Okay, so that's interesting. Ecto is the it's not ORM because technically it's like 4 components together. But Ecto, I think, is the one who removed the database. Let me see real quick.
Oh, I see. Do not generate Ecto files, but that doesn't mean it's not going to use. Here's some.
I think if you don't
specify a database, it won't do it, right? Because that would be kind of presumptuous that you want Postgres. So I would assume if you leave out database, it won't give you.
Actually, no. It by default uses Postgres.
It does? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I mean, we come from the Rails ecosystem. Don't forget that. So
okay.
I'm not defending it, but do
Okay.
no ecto. I believe that's a flag that we want to actually.
Okay, so if I do Phoenix new, like it says here, can I use dot?
That
No
would generate it
ecto?
in the current thing.
But I am, right? Because I am in, where am I here? Gets rid of my.
Yeah, so do no ecto. That's interesting. Let me take a note about no ecto flag so I can follow up with them later and make it better. And this is exactly why, by the way, I'm telling you to go through the documentation, because
So can I do
it's
it
like
here?
onboarding somebody. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Minix new, and then do
But the
dash
current
no
directory,
ecto.
can I do this?
Okay, so before that, the arguments go before, right?
You sure?
So
Okay.
yeah, is the arguments
Like
go
that?
before? Then you could do then the name of the
Oh.
directory. Maybe you could do that, but you need to put the name of the application, right? So give it a name.
Oh,
Whatever
I
name
see.
you
So I have to go. Well,
want.
wait a
One deep
second.
upper.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Right, and here I have to say Elixir, right? If I already made a directory by that
I
name.
wouldn't call it Elixir because that's also the name of
okay.
yeah. Give it actually your
okay.
specific
So we
domain name.
do Como Camp. Open. Actually, we'll do it the same. Open spaces. And let's get to the dashes in it.
Do it. I think it automatically would be a common case because that's yeah. Do it and see what happens. Elixir nodes. No ecto. Yeah, exactly.
Oh. So it's good. The application name is inferred from the path. So does it mean I have to put it in quotes and make spaces in there, and then it'll
No,
encode
read the entire thing, because it's telling you if you really
start
want
with a
that
letter.
name.
Only have lowercase letters, numbers, underscore. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You could change the name. You could have a different application name, but you have to follow the rules.
Okay.
So
okay, cool. So we have this fetch and install dependencies. Sure, let's do that. Well, that's nice. So far, so good. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
RTFM.
Yeah. Sounds like you need to run Linux if you're going to use that line. Okay, cool. So now, let's look at this.
CD into it.
Okay, this looks pretty nice. I'm just looking at the. Oh, it's a lot of stuff. Okay, we should do level 2.
Huh?
2 levels, just to kill it at second level. Tree L2. Just
is that inside the Elixir app though? That's not inside.
No, this tree is just bash.
Okay.
Just bash stuff. It just shows you like the. So there's app.js. So okay, if I want to run this, I can press Control K. Control K. Run the app.j. This is app. Really? Is that what it had? Why does it have app.js? Oh, that's here. I see. Sorry. So I'm up a level. I have to. No, I'm in here. Why does it have app.js in here? Oh, sorry. Duh. Alt dot. That's it. Okay, this is what I'm trying to do. This is the. Okay, so it's got assets. It's got Tailwind. Yuck. Does it have to use Tailwind?
No, you don't have to. There was a flag there to say no Tailwind.
Okay, so we have to do this again, right? So I can just rmrf this thing, right?
Yeah. If you go, like I say, read the documentations, Adam.
Yeah. Now this is without documentation, so dash RF. Okay, so I'll get rid of that, and then I can go to this thing. No ecto, no tailwind, right? I saw that in the doc, so I did read the documentation. No tailwind. Thank you. What else can we have that we don't want?
Live is Phoenix Live View. Leave it there because that's the real time stuff. I would leave it there though. That's quite
What
nice.
is that?
It's a real time. It's
Oh.
for you to have like what people are now doing in Laravel and these other frameworks where the state of the system is in the backend.
Okay.
So leave it there. I think it's gonna be okay. No mailer. I think that's a good one. We don't want that.
Yeah.
No.
And what about
No
the
get
dashboard?
text. No dashboard. No get text. Yeah, there are a few things that you may not need.
What
The
else
dashboard, no, actually, leave the dashboard in. The dashboard is nice. Leave it in.
Oh.
Leave it in. I want to show you the
Okay.
the pre-built.
What
dashboard.
other things are things that I kind of don't want? I think that's it, right?
Get text maybe if you don't want to
What is
translate
that?
stuff for translation. Interesting that you. Okay, let me.
What's get text?
Get text is for translating things.
Oh, is it like localization?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So basically, you get like resource files with like and like you embed strings that it then substitutes, right? Depending on your local. Okay. Yeah, I don't want that. Exactly. Okay, let's try this then. Okay. Cool. And then how? Okay, let's see if we can. Does it come with like a little Hello World page already in there, or do you have to make that yourself?
No, it comes with one. So do what the docs is telling you, which is city into it, Phoenix server, and then
and mix. Oh, okay, I see. Cool. Phoenix server. You can also run your app inside IEX interactive Elixir. Okay, what does that mean?
So an interactive shell is gonna run the server, but it's gonna run that command by default, but it's gonna enter IEX. IEX is the interactive shell.
Oh, okay.
So it's an application running and listening there, for commands to do like things to run inside the VM running.
Okay, I'm gonna move myself over to the side here, and I'm gonna move you as well. There we go. Just gives us a little more room. And then I'm going to shrink this a bit here. Move the chat here.
Do you download the dependencies, make deps get?
I guess not. But it didn't tell me to do that.
Yeah,
so,
if you... Do mix deps DPS that get. Deps that get.
Like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's already there.
Okay. So now why does it... Okay, so the server...
Mix, yep.
Cert mix task cert x may have about compile this dependency mix to compile force.
In the worst case, do what it's telling you to do, and then if it doesn't work, we move on to the next thing.
Wait. I don't want to keep going with errors. That's not good. I want to understand why it's giving me this.
Right, like I say, like it's giving you that because probably something happened, with the compilation. I'm not sure what it is, but it says there mix deps compile Phoenix.
Oh, there's a mix deps update.
Okay, so.
Okay, so will that now work? Let's see if AI can help us with this. Oops.
Oh, okay. So are you sure you install Erlang? Like from the official docs, we have to run Erlang installation as well. Like if we go to the official Elixir docs,
Oh,
because it's failing because you see Erlang lib public key is failing
oh, I
package.
see.
So, like if you go to the official Elixir documentation, not this one, this is about Phoenix, like
Oh,
the
Elixir.
Elixir, yeah, Elixir, Erlang, Elixir
So
dash
install
lang,
Elixir.
elixir-land.org.
This guy.
Is like,
We were here, right?
yeah, there, but there were multiple packages. You only
Yeah, we
install
did
Elixir.
this one. Yeah.
No, but you need Erlang dev as
Oh,
well.
I see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I should have copied this. That's what you're saying. Oops.
Adam, we took our time to care about you.
I know.
Read the documentation.
I know. All right. What do we have here? Well, that solved that problem.
Right.
Oh, obviously, we found the source of the issue that I can't read. Right?
You're a developer at the end of the day,
Yeah, I can't. I refuse to read. Right? I just want to like slap the keyboard and have things happen. Hey, look at that. Oh, that's much better. Oh, wait. iNotify tools. Okay. This is a common thing. This iNotify thing. It's what like looks for changes in files, and it's used for a number of things.
Yeah.
Is needed to run file system for check GitHub. Let's notify wiki. Okay. So this is.
Yes.
This is, I don't think this is an Erlang thing. This is like me needing to actually do this.
Yeah, I mean that's just based. I mean, you get it. That is just used for recompiling, so you don't have to reload anything.
Yeah.
You just observe. Yeah.
Really? Oh, sudo. Duh. I'm surprised this hasn't been a problem with VS Code and other things yet. That usually pops up quite quickly. Oh, cool. Okay, so it's actually working.
Yeah. Go to localhost 4000.
Look,
you see
there it
That's
is.
it. Yep.
Look, it's doing all this cool stuff. Very cool. All right, I'm happy. But it doesn't seem like, okay, so this is a page, and so I'm guessing I can like I would be able to find this somewhere in the solution, right?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, you're gonna have two layers of routing. You have the endpoint, which is technically the one who has a port and have a predefined set of plugs. So plugs are just middlewares, right?
Okay.
That got applied. And then you have the endpoint that, if you want to think it, is just something that have a port, right? So you open an endpoint.
Okay, so see, I found where this is. So
right, and then you have routes. In the route is where you specify, for the most part, because it's not required, all the routes, URL routes that you have in your system.
So there's a controller and page HTML. So it's interesting that inside controllers is where you have the page HTML. So I'm kind of looking at this structure. It's kind of different. And it's inside lib. So that's interesting. So if we do a tree on lib open spaces web. Okay, so I'm just trying to understand how it works in terms of the layout. So okay, there's a router, an endpoint. There's components with a layout, root app, and we found that there's a home HTML Heeks. I don't know why it's Heeks.
That's a template engine.
That's the template engine, right? Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so if we have this running, that means we can actually start to like code stuff, which is neat. Let's update this. So we have this guy here, right? Oh, okay, so we can just look at it here. So I bet there's a like Elixir stuff that I can build, like add, so it makes it easier to edit Elixir stuff, right?
Yeah, that's up to you.
Well,
I'm coding with black and white, no
nice.
syntax highlight or anything. So
nice. Well, that's what I like too. Like having so much convention, as you know, with event sourcing and all that, that you just don't care. Like the convention is so simple that you don't need all the IDE helping, all the helpers. But just for fun, I'm guessing this Elixir support with debugger. Okay, well, let's see.
Maybe yeah, it's the LSP one. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Okay, so that's nice. So now if I go back here and I, let's say, look at these assets. Sorry, where it wasn't assets. It was lib. Okay, so why is it in lib? Is there a reason it's called lib?
Yeah, lib is where all the source code for Elixir will be.
Okay, so there's the application.
Private is basically static files that you want to put as part of the binary, right?
Okay.
So private is like, you know, asset, like HTML, CSS.
Okay. And then web is where my controllers are, the router.
Yeah, so basically everything that is related to Phoenix itself, for the most part, we put it in the web, right?
Okay.
And everything that is in the other one is, for the most part, agnostic of the web.
I don't know this stuff like scope. It's some interesting stuff. And this pipeline. What's pipeline do? It's interesting.
Pipeline basically runs everything that has that name as part of your middleware. Right, so this pipeline is to create a set of pipelining, like a set of composition of plugs, and then you could say, "Hey, run all this."
For every web request, right? It gets
exactly. So this one, for example, the pipeline browser, it runs all those plugs for you, and then you could just reuse that pipeline and say, "Hey, run this pipeline."
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we go back to our event model, here, and let's get rid of this layers thing in the way, and then get rid of these shapes. Kind of like zoom out. Okay, so if we want to make a simple form to like set the name, here, let's make this form. Okay, this will be, if I can replace this slice to be written in Elixir, that will be in a good spot, because we'll at least like store an event at the end of it. Right?
Okay. So, yep.
So I'll close this. It's pretty easy to see. It's literally one field for the name and then set name. So let's get that going. I don't need this. Let's go here. So if I was to make a new page, I would make a component here. And I would make, okay, so what does this do? So this has a header class. So
everything start with the routing, right? Instead of going in, out, go from, okay. So what's the route you want to visit? So go to router.ex.
Yeah, it seems like this is a little bit of like, I don't see the typical HTML headers. So is there like a,
in one way, typical HTML header? So layout is something that you apply to every single page that you have.
Yeah. So this endpoint. Okay, endpoints are kind of like your URLs, right? Is that it?
Endpoint is basically like a server, right? So there are a bunch of plugs, and at the end, go all the way at the end.
Right here, or here?
All the way at the end.
Okay,
so you says where it says all the way at the end. It says line 51. Right?
Yeah.
At the end, everything ends on in router. So in router, is where we put all the path, right, and the routes that we have in our web server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We need to reload that. Some spam popping up. All right. So, and there's this mixes. Hey, what is this? This is okay. So this is your dependencies, right? And this is the lock of like what versions of the dependencies you're running. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Mix
Okay.
is where you specify the metadata related to the project, right? With the entry point, the dependencies, and so on.
Okay. And this HTML formatter. Is this what translates this weird code into actual? No? Okay.
Mix has built in a formatter. So run mix format and it automatically would format the code for you.
Oh, the code.
So
Okay, I see. Okay. So here we have like this stuff. This looks like a bunch of SVGs. Okay. This still looks. Is this like Tailwind? What is this? Some weird CSS that it put in? Where's the
Probably,
CSS?
but that's just part of the assets. Go to assets.
Yeah, here, right?
Go to assets directory.
Yeah, home CSS.
Right. So this is the output of whatever, you could run it however you like it.
Okay.
Right. It's just not like a mandatory or anything like that. But if you go to assets, you're gonna find
there's so much scaffolding. I want to kind of take the opposite route of like not have any scaffolding and just like run the most basic thing.
Yeah, right. Okay, so go to assets, please, and you're gonna find you're inside private directory. That is the output of compiling stuff that you wanted.
All right.
That's just the ultimate output. But the code that you're gonna actually maintain is at the way at the top called assets, and that's where you're gonna find the CSS and HTML that you have. If you go up, you're gonna find it.
So here. These assets.
Yeah. So if you go inside, you're gonna find the JavaScript that you have.
Yeah.
So
top bar.
Right. And these things are here. This is for live view. Like I said, this is a way to do everything around like WebSocket or a toolbar or whatever. Like you could remove all this stuff if you want to.
Okay. Cool. So if I just want to make another page, where would I start? Controllers page, HTML?
Okay. So if you go to
like I want to let me close a lot of this. There's like way too much stuff here. Assets, config, lib. Okay, so so we go back to our event model and we see that we have we want this page. And we want it when you hit this button, we want to store this information. Right?
Right. So let's go to
where would I start? Where do I
Right. Let's go to the official. Let's go to the official documentation.
Okay.
Because if you go to the official Phoenix documentation, like if you follow it, right, you will go into the different concepts.
Okay. So summary. Okay, up and running. Next page. Let's see. Mix Phoenix new hello. So we can any directory to bootstrap Phoenix. Okay, so we did that. We have that. To learn more economics task, fetch install dependencies. Okay, so we did this. We ran the server. Okay, now create our database. Okay, I don't want the database.
It's fine. You can ignore that part.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Oops, that's community. I don't think I hit the right one. This guy. Okay. So books, screencasts. Okay, packages, glossary. Okay.
Keep going.
Phoenix Web Framework. These docs. Okay, so this is this. Did I miss a link?
No. Keep going. So here's the thing, like expand this. There is a menu.
Yeah,
Uh,
up here.
there is a menu the way at the top.
Up
Like you're
and
gonna
running
find
guides.
it.
Okay, there it is. Guides. So
Yeah. So if
where's
you
my
go to
basic?
directory structure, right? If you keep going with that, it's gonna show you all
Okay,
the
the
way
web.
the
Okay, so
entire.
this. Okay, so it has that. Controllers, components. Okay.
Right.
I'm
So all the stuff
surprised.
you were trying to understand here's documented.
No, I know, but I kind of want a a simple instruction. Say I want to make a page and go from there. Now make the page have a field. Okay, now you have a field. Okay, now make the
Right,
page
right. Keep
submit something.
Adam, read the documentation. You see the next one that says request lifecycle. Again, we're dealing with the web server. So the first thing is what's the URL for the web server,
All
right?
right, all right. Adding a new page.
So
Yay, finally. Okay, so get hello
right. It's
world.
just like keep
Okay.
read the documentation so
So I
you
need
could
to add a
actually
new
find the
route.
answers.
Okay. So router. So I have to go to lib my page. Hello router. Okay, so okay. Oh, this is not so bad. Lib. This guy, web, and router. Okay, so we have that. So I'm guessing we just do one of these. Let's see what it says. Looks like this. Get page controller home. Okay. Get request. This will be handled by the home2 function. Home2 function. Okay.
The
Sure.
2 is a number of arguments, by the way.
Oh, okay. 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 So this is the function and 2 arguments. Is that how it works? Home2. Anyway.
Right. It's saying that the get is gonna go to that given module called page controller, and it's gonna call the home function in the page controller.
Okay. So we're gonna build, say, from Phoenix. Okay, hello. So first thing to do is create the page route for a new page. Okay. So we do that. We could just move this here, and we can give ourselves more room, and then move this here. Move this here. Okay. Can also get rid of this guy, so we can have more room here, and get rid of this guy for now. Okay, so let's see. So we have this. First thing we need to do is create a page route for a new page. Okay. And this has to be, this is the router X, lib hello world or hello web. Here we have the same thing, router X. Okay, good. So, and we have this define module, use all this stuff, and we have pipelines, and we have scope, and then we have some code, if whatever. Okay. So we have all of that. Hello web, do pipe through browser page controller. Okay, so pipe through browser, get page controller home. Okay, so that's the home. Other scopes may use custom stacks. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have now hello. But it has an index. Interesting. The index action. Interesting.
That's inside a new module or like.
Yeah, so we have to add this. Okay, fine. So let's add it. So get.
You could use the exact same page controller if you want to. You don't have to create more and more modules.
But look at this. Create space. So I can. Is that right?
Yeah, you could do
Instead
that.
of index. Okay.
Yeah, that just mean like we have conventions, but it's up to you to be disciplined. You do you. So that just means that's gonna call the create space under the page controller,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Controller module. Yeah.
Oh, wrong. So we want we want something else. We want our own controller, right?
Up to you. That's an organization that you like. If you
Well, I
want,
kind of
like,
want to learn, so I think I'll do a new one because it'll give me the bare minimum, right? Instead of
Mhm.
adding to a page controller. So I'm gonna say open spaces controller, open space controller. Okay, and create space. Okay.
right. Normally, yeah. Normally, there is a convention that comes from Rails. By the way, you don't have to follow it, but the convention Rails that one that is a a get to a form is called new instead of create space.
Oh, new. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that convention, like I say, that come from Rails. Other people that do this like RESTful type of resources, like
restful stuff, new
convention.
space. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that's fine. I
yeah.
mean, that's
You don't
okay.
have to follow it, but yeah,
No,
just
no, I mean, I might as well not stray too far from conventions, so it'll make sense. All right, so next we go to the hello controller. So open space controller is next. So lib hello open spaces controllers. So that's where it is. So we have a page HTML controller, but we want so we want one of these in controllers. We want our own new file, and we want it to be whatever we called it, open space controller, right? Open
yeah. By convention,
space.
you could call that. In Elixir, what matters is the module, right? Like, the files just doesn't really matter.
Like that, right?
There's not. Yeah, yeah. I would call it the same in snake case.
Oh, it tab completed a whole bunch of stuff for me here.
Yeah.
Okay. And instead of index, I have this new space, connection, index. Okay, we don't want this. We just want render like it does. So get rid of all this other stuff. I don't know what those symbols are, but whatever.
That is
And
called pipe. Basically, it takes the argument, the
okay.
return value of the previous pipe
Okay.
into as a first parameter of the next pipe.
Okay. So kind of like pipes in Bash.
Yeah, yeah. You just take the first argument of the return and put the return value of the call, put as the first argument of the pipe.
Okay. So the render here is different as well. We want the colon and what do we call it?
Like I say, normally it's gonna be called new, and then
new,
the
right? Yeah,
function name is new, right?
new space.
That,
yeah. Okay.
right. Technically,
why is it doing
yeah.
that?
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, you're already in open space naming, so this what I'm saying is like we just call it like new, right? Like it's a given that you're in.
Oh, I see. New space. Okay, I see. So this is. I shouldn't have been stupid and named it new space. It should have just been new because it's an action. We're talking about spaces. So okay, cool. The only thing I'm worried about is that do I make a new controller for like the other things such as the date times? I guess it's all to do with the spaces, but there'll be topics in spaces, right? The suggested topics. So would they have their own controller, or would it be like
right?
add topic to the spaces, or
right? Okay. So question for you: is open space the domain, like the object, the resource?
maybe, I don't know. I mean, you could consider it as like one blob with all this stuff in it, with a collection of topics in it, or you could say that you have two things. You have an open space, and then you have a whole bunch of topics because you may want to reuse those topics in other spaces. Depends, right?
So this is what I'm saying is like I really don't like. Besides us learning how to create a new controller, you decide that, like if you want to have a God module with absolutely everything, by all means, right? For example,
Yeah.
I'm really like completely opposite to the orthodoxy of Elixir, and I'm doing stuff by like my own path, which
Yeah.
basically means a module per action. So everything inside a given module will be the strongest cohesion for that given action. So
Okay.
I don't care too much about the concept of controller. I care more about, hey, what is the action that is controlling
Right.
a given operation. But that's
Okay.
just me, right? You don't have to, but if you keep reading there, it's gonna help you more or less to understand. So
Yeah, no, I get
the
it.
value,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's totally conventions. But yeah, I mean, it's up to me whether I use an aggregate or not in DDD. Like, right,
right?
I can follow that pattern and have an order contain all the order line items, or I can, leave it abstracted as a product and have that as a separate thing if I want.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's do the next thing. Hello controllers. So now we do the hello at HTML thing, which it's not going to be hello, but it's still under controllers. So okay, so that's nice because I have this HTML underscore for the view.
Right, because you could have multiple views of a
Yeah.
given
Okay,
response. Yeah, you
so
could have a
that's
JSON or
cool.
HTML.
So I have an open space controller.x, and I can also have an open space HTMLX, right?
Hmm.
Because that's going to be the name. Okay, so let's add that new file. So open space HTML.x. Okay. And then here we can, so I'm not really writing HTML yet. I'm just defining a module. And
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
it
If you
it did stuff for me. So open space HTML. Oh, okay. It did a lot of stuff for me here.
Right. So by default, you could either have that notation sigil called age, which is just like it would parse the string uh, at the compile level differently,
Okay.
or you could do something else, which if you go to the docs is gonna, like, all this is explained in the docs if you read it,
Yep.
where you could just use HTML files and it would load for you everything on the given module, so you don't have to be worried about, hey, define a function for this with a given name
Oh, yeah.
and then have a string interpolation inside the Elixir code. You could have like actually HTML files.
Mm-hmm.
So read the docs and then you're gonna find what I'm talking
No,
about.
I'm reading it. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it did want to do this. This is weird. What the hell is that? Tilde H?
Yeah,
Is that
it's
like
a
a
sigil. Basically, it's a special notation for a string that is treated differently.
string that's
So
more literal, so no escaping, so you can kind of just type whatever you want or something?
it's exactly, yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
H mean is a Higgs template. So when
so
it
it's kind of
reads
like
this on the
it's kind of like the equivalent of backticks in JavaScript.
more or less, but more even better because the compilation of that string is treated completely different. So
Okay,
it's
so
no
it's
string technically.
okay. So basically, it's almost like the EOF in Bash redirects. Like when you want to just put in some literal stuff in Bash, you read line to
Well,
EOF or whatever, right?
it will be more like a compile time a special string because you could define a given like compilation strategy for that string, right? The way you parse it and the way you generate the code.
Right, but I'm just saying that it's if I
But yeah,
do
but it's a EOF, yeah, precisely. Yeah, it's a
is it the
backtick.
same
You could
thing?
use whatever the heck you want in it.
So bash use EOF example.
Yeah, precisely.
Like this thing, right? This type of thing. So it matches this when it's the end. Where over here you kind of have this stuff here. So you can almost do anything in here as long as you're not hitting triple quotes.
Yes, I think including triple quote. But yes, in practice, yes.
Okay, don't save that. Okay, so let's actually do that. See if it actually def. And so it's new space. I think I renamed it to new, but it still thinks it's new space. I'm worried now that let's press that. Did I call controller? See, it's new, and router, it's called new. So it shouldn't be new space, right? Like this def new space, should I have this just as new?
Okay, the function here matches to the render that you call in the controller.
Okay. So where's the render?
In the controller. The controller
Here.
is
Oh,
calling
new. So it's new. So it has, oh no, here. Oh shit, I have to change it here. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the phone. That's basically
so it was
template
smart enough
name.
to actually find that, right? If I was to erase this and do it, it should know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, trying to run it this way. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, so new space, and here you can just put the rest of the HTML, right? So, form action. I guess that's new still. I don't know where the posts and gets were, but this should be new, right?
Well, that would call the exact same endpoint, but with a post. So
Which
in
is
the
okay,
RESTful
right?
style, yeah, I mean, up to you. In the RESTful style, technically, it would be like the resource name there, post to a resource name.
Okay. I do want to do something dynamic here. I want to do an input ID, but I want it hidden. Is that right? And is this the correct syntax?
It's just HTML what you're writing here.
Well, this isn't. This little guy.
Yeah. Okay. So that's part of the Hicks. That's like JSX. I don't know if you've done it in JavaScript.
But this is like templating, right?
Right. So that is replacing whatever value is part of the assign, which is the context that you could pass arguments into it.
Oh,
you see where
I
it says
want to
assign?
because so one of the things, let's just go back to our diagram. I want to mention this because it's something that I did when you were not on the stream. Simply, we wanted simple pages with posts and gets. And when you refresh a page, it reposts stuff. So you're getting extra events because every time it's running the same code in the back. So what I did is I front loaded the IDs. So the page kind of already has in a hidden, if you hit create space, there's a hidden field already in the page that gets you that has an ID that's pre-populated. And when I'm writing stuff to the event store, I don't allow the same ID. And these are unique IDs. Like every event has a unique ID. It's not a correlation ID or whatever. It just looks if that ID exists, don't write it.
So if
someone hits refresh on that page and says resubmit the form or whatever, then it won't make a duplicate event. Does that make sense?
Yeah, most definitely. So basically in the controller, we need to create like a new ID. So every time you hit the page, you need to create a new ID, right? However that's done, a UUID or something else, I'm not sure.
Yeah, UUID. That's what I was doing. So does it share the same UUID structure as what JavaScript gets, like v4 or whatever?
We have okay. So there we need to use a package for that. So go to Hex.
Okay, so I have to go back to the terminal.
No, go to hex.pm website.
Oh, I can't just do it here. Shouldn't this?
I'm just gonna show you the ecosystem though. Like I go with me.
All right. Ecosystem. So am I going where?
Hex.pm.
Hex.pm. We didn't do that yet, did we? Nope. Let's make a new one then. Hex.pm.
Mhm.
Oops. Like that. Okay. And then here we do UUID.
So there is a package called Unique,
Oh, here it is.
NUIQ.
Okay, so hold on a second. There's a few here. And is this a
Re-
good
re-
way to judge which ones are good with the number of downloads?
Um, the I would say
Because there's
yes,
this
but
one, right? Wouldn't this one be better because it's got like almost 4 times as many downloads recently?
I think it.
Because see, it's
Yeah,
recent downloads, and you can do total downloads. Even
it
in
is.
total downloads.
Yes and no, because
Oh, I see.
if it's broken,
Supports this. Is this the
if it's
music?
broken, don't fix it type of situation.
Okay, yeah.
So they're
So this is older and it works. This is what you're saying, and you're familiar
so
with it.
the package you need come from somebody that is like really active in the community. He knows his stuff, and like he's probably one of the best one.
Okay, which is weird. So the popular doesn't mean better in this case.
It depends, right? If the package for 5 years ago is doing the work, who cares, right? So I'm just like bringing you
No,
to
I definitely
yeah,
don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill for this. So you think Unique
exactly.
is a good one, right?
Yeah. Unique is a good bet,
Okay.
and he's always up to date. Yeah. So if you click there when Unique all the way at the top, you're gonna find a mix configuration that you could put in your mix file.
Oh, here, this guy. So I just put this in my mix file. So I'll copy this.
Yeah.
And
Go to
then,
mix that
yeah. So then I'll scroll down
ex.
here, mix.ex. Okay. And I can just put it down here somewhere, right? It's got Elixir, so I can just do Unique, right?
Go where it says dependency depths. No.
No,
You
it's got
bypass
Elixir here.
you bypass all the official docs, so you cannot, like, you're paying the cost of not reading docs.
Hey.
So when it's true.
Oh, here they are. Okay, sorry, I didn't scroll further down.
Yeah, you see, I'm telling you, like,
just hold on, let me turn this off. Okay.
yeah,
Aliases, depths. Okay, type mix help depths. Okay, that makes sense. So I can just add it in here. That'll be easy.
yeah.
Okay,
Just don't
cool.
forget the comma at the end of the.
I did. I added one here.
Got it.
I don't need one
so
here,
now,
do I? Or is it optional?
nah, it's optional. You go to the terminal and do mix depths that
No,
get.
now I have to go to the terminal. I see. Okay. So now I can do mix depths update. Just like this.
That get.
Oh, the get. Oh, right. It's not gotten yet.
In the meantime,
it got it.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Do I need to do anything else after, or is it just got like when it's downloaded? It's fine.
Yeah, it's already there. It's not compiled, so it will compile eventually. But yeah, it's already there.
Okay.
Go to hex.pm
here,
and then click on where it says online documentation.
Oops.
In the links.
Under
links. Wait, no. It was for the unique.
Right? Oh, for the unique one. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, go to the unique package. It was
online documentation. Okay. Okay, so we did that. Oh, does it not have 4? I think I'm using UUID 4.
Right. So the reason I'm showing you this is because this is where you're gonna find all the documentation. You can expand the drawer, and then you could find all the modules and the available functions. So in Elixir, everything is a module inside a function. So all you need to is just to find the right module and the function you want to call. Like there's no anything else other than functions in a module.
Human readable string is that. Okay. Specified format. Formats. Okay. Full set of available stuff. Okay, let's keep reading about it. Oh, it does have versions 4. Okay, because I'm using 4. So, okay, yeah, I'm wondering why I didn't mention that it has these versions on the previous page. That's weird. Okay, so that's good. Just use and type whatever. I don't want to use it with Ecto. Is there a better...
Expand the drawer and you're gonna find the modules and the list of functions.
Which drawer? This is the menu.
Scroll up, right? You're scroll all the way down in the drawer though.
What do you mean drawer? Oh, here?
Yeah, that one. Scroll the way up. The drawer is.
Oh, I see. Okay. Modules here.
Yeah.
UID.
By the way, remember that I'm out of sync with the video, so I had to.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, awesome. Okay, so we can click on this. Sweet. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, this is actually pretty good for AI stuff because you can feed the official docs for whatever you want when you ask AI to do something. So that's really good.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, UUID 7. Okay, maybe this is a whole list of all of them. This is 4. UUID 4. Awesome. Okay, so now that I know how to use this, sort of, let's go back to the other documentation. This guy. And I need an embed template. Okay, let's read this. So we define the function, which gives us this hello. And, oh. I'm just going to get rid of this.
So, okay,
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we need to generate the UID, and so we need to call that somewhere. You could just put it inside the ID thing, or you could just, for me, I trying to put all the data in the controller, right? So that way the controller is the one who does it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. So we go to the controller. It does that. And how do I pass a command to add a new ID in here? So it would be just another parameter? Ah, yes.
Right. So cool. After that, everything that you pass there, it will be basically the assigned parameter, right?
Right. So
you're gonna have
one thing that I don't see yet is where this is a get. Where is that? That's routing, right? That's the router.
In the route, remember, in the route is where you do get, post, whatever, right? Like that's the one who's.
Oh, there's the get. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. So now we can do post, and then we have.
And yeah, you do post to whatever, and then the new function call because it's gonna be the
new. We still want it to be called new.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, do
so
it.
It's
create
consistent, right?
I would say, yeah. I mean, like I say, this is where resource matter. Like, up to you, man. Like, I really don't care. Like,
I know. We're just playing around. I mean, I did the same thing. I mean, it's way cleaner than looking at JavaScript. First of all, I mean, JavaScript just hurts my eyes. This looks way nicer. In terms of not having the braces everywhere.
Yeah, if you're gonna be pedantic, it definitely like maybe you put like open space /new open space post to open space is a like it all depends on how you want to do resource based things like that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to clean it up so the conventions make sense. I just want the rudimentary stuff to work, and then I'm gonna see that I'm gonna have some.
Yeah, so check this out real quick. Actually, let's do this, and then since you're okay, so hear me out. I think you already understood how the routing is working here, right? You put the verbs, then you put the route and the controller, and then
I've got this. I'm not sure if this is the right space for it. I guess it's the function, so I guess it is the right one. The router just calls the appropriate functions, doesn't really care about much else, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All you're doing is just configuring. So let's do actually a resource-based thing. So we don't need to worry about these things. So
Okay,
clicking
well,
the
the
link
other
that I
thing I
share
want to
with you.
do is we have to define the other thing, right? So, which was the create, right?
Right. But like I say, like go with me. So we could learn together. So clicking the link that I share with you. So we simplify the whole thing. You got it?
Hold on. No, I clicked on the wrong thing. No, why is it doing that? Okay. This. Okay, resources. Oh, resources. Okay, I don't
Right. So
understand what that is.
okay, resources. Do you read the docs though?
Oh yeah. Well, so you know that I don't really like restful stuff, right?
Right. I mean, yes, but if you instead of doing what the community do, which is focus on aggregates, and you focus that is just a stream, you wouldn't matter. So I
Okay.
do the restful because I don't want to reinvent which path to what and the name of the
Yeah.
function. But
Okay.
my restful resources are streams. They are no
Yeah.
aggregates.
Yeah.
Does it make
Okay.
sense? So I
Yeah,
do
makes
like
sense.
it, but it's because fundamentally I don't think the problem that I have is when you focus on entities. I do not focus on entities. My entities are the stream, which technically is a workflow, right? So you get.
Yeah.
So if you do just resources and then /user and then you send it to the user controller, notice at the bottom that is going to define all those functions for you. You could also filter out and say only X, only Y, right? But the point is that it gives you a predefined way to say, hey, this have a convention of
Oh
what is
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
listing,
yeah.
what is a new,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is a
yeah,
show,
yeah,
what is a
yeah.
create. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
yeah, makes
that
sense. Makes
that's what I'm
sense.
saying is like since you already understood how to define it
Yeah, this is
manually.
kind of weird because there's no ID. It's like just the name of the open space, so it's just one record. You know what I mean? So there is no ID. It kind of doesn't really. There is no names of open spaces. It's just the open space name. Like you set it, and it's one thing.
Right. I don't know if there is a resource instead of plural. I
Yeah,
forgot.
right, because it's like everything's a damn table underneath these things. So I get it, right? And I guess you could just have like a limit of one record, so ID is always like 0 or whatever. I don't know.
Well, yeah. So
You know what I
for
mean?
you technically have an ID, right?
No, I don't. I don't really have an ID. I just filter. So the thing about this project is to show how much you can take away from regular conventions in software and do event sourcing. So in this software, I don't have IDs,
What
and
is
so
that
far it
a
works.
UUID that you created then? What is
The
that?
UUID is only for the purpose of not having a duplicate post. It's literally that is the only reason.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
It's not
I can
actually
see.
used in any URLs or anything like that. It's simply to say that, you know what, the event in its name has a unique identifier, and
Mhm.
honestly, what it uniquely identified is the form submission. So if I submit the same form data, I won't end up with a duplicate thing. So I'm not actually
Right.
using IDs at all for their intended purposes of identifying something. It's just making sure that this one thing doesn't exist already so I don't get duplicate data.
Yeah, that's okay. That means that you wouldn't have a showed or something like that, right?
A what?
You wouldn't have some of their endpoints. You would only have fewer.
Oh
You
no,
would
of
have
course.
fewer
Yeah. No,
endpoints.
I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't have this convention used at all. Right. I mean, I guess I could, and I could just ignore the ID when I render something. It would just grab whatever.
That's what I'm trying to say. So look, so check this out. So go to this link, and again, like this is a LLM friendly. Hopefully, we find a way to index all the info into it. But you could tag it as Singleton, I believe, and then it will make it like a single resource. So, but clicking the second one, because the second one is like an entire documentation about that resource macro, which is just a function that is called
Did you
compile
just
time.
paste something else again?
Yeah. I share. If you go
resources,
to
I went to that. That's the same link.
wait. No. Let me fix the link. There we go. I fix it.
Okay. Here it is.
Yeah. So, waiting for it. Yeah. So you see, so that resource is a function that we're calling, right? If you read the documentation, you're gonna notice that there is a options, and one of the values is singleton, and that makes the whole thing like without IDs, right? And you could also say, hey, I only want the showed and create, right? Or the create and new, right? For you. So the point is like you have different configurations here. But
cool.
What would allow you to do is that, hey, for a given stream, you treat stream as a resource, which that's what I do. So that's more like stream based instead of like entity stuff.
Okay.
But it allows you to
I would
have
just
like
put a comma on here and put singleton.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's do that.
Yeah, comma, because it's a different parameter, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's right. I saw it. It's got like 4 parameters here.
Yep.
Right? Blah, blah, blah. Singleton resources. Yeah, that's cool.
The good thing is that all this, by the way, is just,
true. Okay, so you have to like specify singleton true. Okay. Oh,
right. That will remove that ID from the route. That will be like, okay, we don't have an ID because between quote unquote technically it's a singleton, which is more or less what you want. Yeah. That is explaining you how to do nested stuff. Like I say, like if you read the docs, you're gonna find all the answers of
I know. I mean, I really learned faster by doing than reading docs.
Yep.
I mean, it's good to read them, but
so let's do that. Do resources and then configure it to be only a singleton, and then do only
resources are not here. This is a different thing
in the route, right? Yeah, it's there. You do resources and then the slash open space.
So instead of doing a scope, you do resources. Sorry, I don't know where resources
the scope
goes.
is just a way to say everything
in here. Okay, and then you do a resources here instead. Is this what you're talking about? Resource?
Yeah, here? Inside the scope, right? A scope is just a way to share a given configuration, right?
So yes. Okay, so
exactly, yeah, like exactly like
so
that. Well, we don't have a new, we have a create.
Are you saying that I can get rid of the post and get because I have resources?
Well, okay. Open space at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the docs, you're gonna find that all that is gonna do is to define a set of routes for you, and it's gonna call a given functions in the controller by convention.
Okay.
Right. So this is just gonna call, like, it's gonna remove new and edit.
I see. So basically, if I want to have like topics and open spaces as separate things, I would have another thing here where I would have resources, and here I would have topics, and this is where I would have that, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm waiting for auto completion. So yeah, so that's another stream if you want to see it that way.
I keep forgetting you're on a delay. That's very weird.
Yeah.
Why is Discord having a delay?
No, I'm looking. It's Twitch though. I have to wait for Twitch. You're not sharing.
Right. Okay, I should share my screen with you. Damn.
Yeah. Otherwise, like, I'm waiting for Discord. Like,
I'm an idiot. Let's see. Let me share my screen. Router X. Yeah. Yeah, you see it?
Also, you know what you should do? Share with me a VS Code session so I can paste it and then remove the code and then you do it yourself sometimes.
Oh, you want to like do a VS Code shared session?
Yeah, pair programming. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, you'll go so fast I won't know what I'm seeing.
No, sir. My habit is always I literally write the code and then remove it.
Okay, so
my mentees love it. By the way, yeah.
Is it under
I think
tools?
Command Shift P and then do live session, I believe. I don't know. I forgot.
I thought it was somewhere.
Live share. Yeah.
Oh, share.
Yeah.
Copy VS Code dev link. Would that do it? And then I give it to you.
Yes, just don't leak that to the stream, but okay.
No, I know. Yeah. Commit changes. Current files uncommitted changes. Supposed to before copying a link. Copy anyway. I don't care.
Something I do, Adam, is like my mentees know that I would write the code, but I will remove it. So you better off actually pay attention because I'm not gonna give you the code.
Oh, nice.
So that way, yeah, they learn to, hey, you need to type it yourself. Otherwise, you will never learn. Okay, let me see if this. No, that's just a link to. Wait, what the heck is
exactly,
this?
Yeah, that's weird, eh? I figured that was wrong.
No. Do Command Shift P and then.
I don't have a command key.
Okay, do Control Shift A, like you have it there. Is the action, the command palette.
Control Shift P.
Control Shift A. I saw it there. Yeah. Now type here live share. Yeah. There we go.
Live server workspace.
No. It was live share. It's no server.
Live.
Oh, you don't have it installed.
Oh, I have to add it as an add-in.
Yeah.
Code share? No.
What, the name of the plugin? It's called Live Share.
All one
if
word,
I'm not mistaken. Live.
No. Come on.
What?
Gonna have to
continue. It's live space. Yeah. Okay. No, it's none of that. It's live share. It's like literally like live, like LIV share.
I looked for it. It had nothing. All one word?
No, it's a space share.
Okay.
Why you don't see anything?
Code share. Code share. No.
Is Microsoft blocking Linux?
Live previews? No. Live server? No. Live server. Shared state. Live.
Don't worry about it.
Live coder.
No. That
VS Code. I know why. This is Cursor AI, which is a fork of VS Code. There might be some issues with the signing of the package.
Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I normally use IntelliJ, by the way.
No, I want to, but this the AI on here is too good. So that's why this is my last choice. But unfortunately, this plugin is way too good.
Have you used Sed, by the way? I've been using Sed like a lot. I'm liking it.
No, I haven't yet.
Yeah, it's good enough. It's not the best.
It's not about to me. It's about the context with which I can feed an LLM some of the stuff. If you look at the stream from like 2 days ago, I think there was a whole bunch of places where I had changed the order of parameters, and instead of doing this manually, even with like refactoring shortcuts, it was insane how fast it did it correctly.
Yeah. What is the tool you're using for that?
Cursor AI. Cursor AI. AI, yeah. So it's got all of these things you
free?
can. There is a free version, I think, but I use the $20 one, which gives me all the things that I want, which is that's nothing.
So this just integrate in your ID?
Well, it's a fork of VS Code, so this is quite important, right? You can also say which things you're not going to want passed in this context and things like that, which is really helpful. So yeah, so it's got the Copilot Plus type tab completions, as well as the most important thing is things like doing this and pressing edit and saying, make this follow a better convention. And you can say yes, no to the things it's suggested, or you can say, okay, something more appropriate for event sourcing. They can follow up and they'll do further refinement. So you can just keep the highlighted stuff. So don't reference the underlying events directly. You can keep coaxing it. It also is quite good at passing that context along with everything.
Cool.
But yeah, this kind of stuff for being able to, quickly work with that, plus the fact that you have the ability to add a chat where it will know the full solution here. So if I add a new chat and say, add this to chat, add to chat, and then I can say with Codebase, where can I make sure that these are referenced or used properly elsewhere, and then chat with Codebase. It'll throw in all of the things, but most importantly, it'll give you this button, which will apply the code to where it needs to go. Apply to current file, or you can put it into some other one. And in fact, I'm not sure this one. So my other laptop, the install for Cursory is a little bit better. It knows automatically which files it's referencing, and it'll change them even if they're not open. I'm not sure if it's the way I installed Cursory here, but the Dell XPS that I have with Kubuntu, the same OS, I just installed VS Code, Cursory AI slightly differently, and it has some better things in it for some reason. So I'm just gonna probably reinstall this just to double check that nothing funny is going on, because there's another thing here. If I edit, fix, no, that's not it here.
Are you sharing the link to live share, by the way, or
I don't know where live share is.
Okay,
something's going on. Get started with live share.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't support from your IDE because that's a Microsoft is behind the scene actually running a server, so probably.
Oh, but that's probably. I think there's in this. There is some stuff here about getting. Or is it features? I forget where it is, but I think you can make it work with some of the backend stuff from Microsoft. I just haven't bothered because I don't use it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I just wanted to be able to help you showcases things and then go back.
No, it's probably a better way to do it anyway, without the plugin. But anywho, anyway, it's 1 p.m. where I am, so are you around tomorrow? I want to actually get this running, but I'm running out of time today.
Yeah, we could sync tomorrow. Let's just try to make it like actually pair programming. So I can show you some concept and then you do it, and and then that way we move
Well,
faster, right?
what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add everything that I've added here. Oh, that's another question. Like, is there a git ignore file that I should be adding to this
I think the
level?
code gen already added to the repo.
Oh, did it? Okay, so if I
Oh, double
do,
check, but there should be a git ignore already in it.
yeah, so if there is a git ignore, I should git status should show me. Oh, it's just this Elixir thing.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know what
odd.
that directory is.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Let me just go up one. So it has this, and why did it? Okay. So it's got all this, and oh, is that a no? That's my old directory. um, is there anything in there? Oh, it's got this stuff. How do we make that? I think we weren't using Phoenix. We were doing something else, right? So this is all garbage. Is that right?
Yeah. That directory is not needed anymore. I think
Okay.
that's all.
So okay, so that's Elixir. So if I do a git checkout, it doesn't seem to have oh, there's quite a few things. Formatter, readme app. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, right? That's just a scaffolding. I just don't want like you know what I mean? I don't want binaries in here, right? So I think you're
no,
right.
they're not. Yeah. There is already a git ignore for that.
There you go. So this is build, cover, whatever, all that. Okay, deps, right? That's the big one. And temp. Okay, cool.
You're gonna be in love once we like if we get this working and you move into the suite of computing problems.
Okay.
You're
Well,
gonna be
it's
in love
there.
in how
Well, it's
you
there.
will solve it with Elixir.
Okay, man. I'm looking forward to it. I want to run both. So like the other thing that I want to do is run Nginx in front of it and then have certain pages. Okay, these guys are like node devs, but here's like the Elixir devs working with them, and like you're sharing the event history and authentication tokens and other things. That's what I want to show, because you know when we do these workshops and people have different language preferences, we just want to keep having this pattern of like, okay, cool, you want to use Elixir, go ahead. You want to use Node, go ahead. You want to use .NET, fine. And you can all contribute, and the thing will work at the end of the workshop, right? It's one of the most powerful things with event sourcing and event modeling. So that would be cool. But okay, yeah, fetch that, and then you know if you have suggestions, let me know. I'll try and figure out this VS Code sharing thing. If it actually works with Cursor AI. If I have to be signed into Microsoft account or something like that for it to work, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Otherwise, no. Z is not part of Linux, right?
Yeah, Z is a Linux build, I think.
No, it's still on roadmap. I don't know.
Is it?
I've been switching between every single day.
People have been using it on Linux. Z Linux build.
I'm just trying to find an excuse to use Z more often.
See, you build it. It's in Rust, right? So there's this stuff. And even has Wayland support. So yeah, it should be. I should use it. Does it have a sharing thing?
I think it does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Z.
Yeah, see, it's got there's a Linux thing here, so should be good.
But anyway, yeah, we could figure out that later. For now, I'm gonna get back to continue working. This was fun. Something I learned is that you don't like to read documentation. That's okay.
Hey, I'm just a representation of a significant portion of the population. You're gonna have to deal with that.
No, actually, you give me an idea. I'm gonna try to figure out how I could like use an LLM that index everything related to my dependencies. Therefore, would understand what stuff I'm using. That's a good idea.
It does. Check out Cursor AI because it has really good control on context. Even like external links to documentation and things like that. So, there may be
Right, but yeah, all the dogs you saw there, by the way, is part of the source code. If you go inside the depths directory, all
Mhm.
that code is actually part of all that documentation is part of the code itself. So you could just index the depths dependencies, and it would have all the context about functions and whatnot.
Okay. I shall do that.
Yeah.
I want to just make sure that people see what we're doing. I wish you were there, man, in Berlin. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I need to know ahead of time.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's coming up in like what 9 days now. Where do I have my? Oh yeah, here. 9 days left.
Yeah, the last time I went to conferences was Elixir. Like man, that was so much money for like okay,
You
I
spent a lot
am
of money.
yes, and has been a year without any stable job. Like
Oh
last
right.
yeah, has been rough for me this last year, but
Well,
it's okay.
hopefully we'll make sure to unlock your elixir power for certain slices because we have some work coming up. So you may be able to help us. We pay by the
I'm
slice.
yeah.
So if you're
I,
fast, you can make a lot of money.
I am fast, and that definitely let's talk about it because I don't want to like the other frustrating thing is that the space that we are is so small that
Right.
I personally wouldn't I would I refuse to cannibalize clients from other people.
Yeah,
So
no, of course. I mean, I would. So the nice thing is if you have new clients that haven't made their decision as to what tech stack they're going to use, or they don't care, they're really like business focused clients, then like why not, right? But yeah, you don't want to cannibalize other elixir shops or elixir places, right? Is that what you're talking about?
no, no, I'm talking more. No, fuck Elixir people. I'm talking more about the even sourcing community. Other
Oh,
tech, for example, your
that some
company,
of
stuff like
those
that.
some people don't care or want to know that there's event sourcing underneath. They just like the idea that their system that they're getting is not losing information. That the features that they don't know that they want yet are going to be better supported because they haven't lost information, right? It's not just in silly backups or forever lost, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
Which are you gonna end the stream already?
no, I'll keep talking to you if you want for a little bit, but
No,
I
no,
can
no.
end the
It's
stream.
just to
I
talk
can
about
end the
something
stream
like
and we can talk about stuff if you
yeah,
want.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. It's just to share with you something.
Joining.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna quit streaming now, and we'll continue on tomorrow. I gotta actually event model more of this solution because we got voting for topics and authentication and other things to take care of. So anyway, see you everyone tomorrow. I'm gonna